Welcome to Near Protocol, a green blockchain to register and sell your products without harming the environment. This is Karma Podcast.
Namaste, my name is Sahil Massey. I'm a yoga teacher and a voiceover artist. I have been practicing yoga for the past 2.5 years and I've been meditating for about 12 years. I've practiced various forms of meditation, but Vipassana is one of the forms that I have been practicing the most, and it had a significant impact on my life due to its simplicity and because it made me realize that we're way more than our thoughts. In fact, we're not our thoughts at all, and we're not our feelings either. But also, it's an amalgamation of all these forces and faculties that we kinda can experience. It gave me a very unique perspective on life and made me see life in a very different way than I used to. Inspired by that experience and many other experiences that helped me shape my viewpoint, this podcast is called The Beginning of Knowing. I hope you enjoy. Many cultures have tried to explain this phenomena. Where did we come from? Where are we going to? Who are we? But there has been a fundamental question that I'm not able to bypass, which is, how do these questions really add any experiential value to my life? Can knowing how old universe is really make a difference to my state of being, my happiness and my sadness? Can it affect it? You can't be walking down the road and think like, oh, 4.5 billion years ago this universe was created. What am I sad for? Well, it doesn't work like that. So does it really solve any purpose in your life? It kinda doesn't for me. And yes, I've read Western philosophies and Eastern philosophies, and I've just realized that philosophies don't really add any experiential value to me. In the eastern part of the world, specifically in India, a lot of practices were devised by rishis, and rishis are saints and highly learned beings who spent their time in deep meditation and came up with different techniques because of the experiences that they personally had. And these techniques were built or designed to take you away from thoughts. You see, in India, they give less regard to thought. For them, a thought construct or a philosophy or ideology is nothing but mental jibber jabber, which will take away your awareness and you will be lost into the circle of thoughts which is ever ongoing, and it leads you to nowhere, but it takes your awareness away because you giving your time, your mental energy and your awareness to that thought for it to be alive. In the Western world, however, thought is looked at as one of the highest virtues in life. I think, therefore I am. In Indian subculture, it is an amalgamation of all the information that you've ever received. It's an ongoing chatter in your mind. If you sit quietly, there will be thousands of thoughts that will pass in your head in 5 minutes of time, and it will be utterly random. And they keep playing in these different forms and formats, and every time they play, they evoke an emotional response. You receive a thought and you get an emotional response. And that is the problem. That if you believe in certain ideologies, you attach your emotions to them so deeply that anything said to those ideologies can rile you up from a very deep state, and you don't have control over it. In fact, let me tell you a story that kind of changed my life and the way I look at ideological structures and thought structures, thought constructs. I sat in a train one day and I was solo traveling, and this elaborate idea came to my head, which basically said that thought are parasitical creatures that exist through time and space using human awareness. They feed off on human awareness, and the more humans and their awareness they can amass, the longer in time and in this space they will exist. Let me break it down. Let's look at the biggest religions. The biggest religions like Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they have been surviving for over 1,000 years. And the more a population agrees to a particular religion and follows it, the longer those religions last. So, an ideology is basically designed to keep collecting human awareness. An ideology or an idea is made to spread like a virus, go in human minds and keep growing there, form these complex thought structures so that people can find certainty there. The goal of any ideology, if you look at it, is complete world domination. One ideology wants to win over another one. Every ideology says that we are the best, we are the right ones, follow us, we have good things in us, the other one has this bad and that bad thing. But deep rooted in every ideology is this narrative of taking over as many people as it can. This thought structure wants awareness of people, and it wants as many people as it can get. That is what it is designed to do. That is how it can keep spreading through time, decades, centuries, and millenniums over. This is what a thought structure or an ideology is. And this is exactly what my train journey was all about. Now, Eastern philosophies speak very clearly about not attaching yourself to these structures. Because the more you attach yourself to these ideologies and philosophies, the more you are not in touch with reality of this moment. For them, the truth is found in this moment. The more you can be present, the more you can be aware of this moment, the less you have ideological baggage, the more you are free. Now, when one tries to go down the rabbit hole of religions and these complex thought structures, of course, there are areas which resonate with them. They make sense and they speak about higher value and how things should be. And people are like, yeah, this makes so much sense and it's right. And they kind of start agreeing to that ideology without noticing that this fragmented view of truth that religions provide are the baits that people fall for. But the collective structure consumes you and makes you behave in a particular manner. It has taken over and now it would want you to be a certain way. Thought construct has taken over a being of awareness. But if you are rooted in a particular thought structure, then you look at life from a particular lens. So for you to know the truth, and as philosophy is designed to tell you the truth, the highest truth, you will not be able to see that higher truth because you're looking at truth from one lens. Hence, these philosophies and ideologies are detrimental to one's growth. So instead of trying to find the answers of where the beginning was, or who we were, or where are we heading, instead of believing in any thought constructs, if we practice the ability to be more in the moment, if we begin to see the potential that every moment has, and how when you can completely disconnect from what the future would be, your anxiety, and what the past was like, your depression, if you can get out of that and completely come in the moment, you will have a new beginning. You will be in touch with how you feel. You will see that you like this or you don't like a particular thing, and you'll be able to guide your actions basis how you feel and not what a thought structure or ideology tells you.
This was Karma Podcast, sponsored by Spiritual DAO on Near Blockchain. Stay tuned for the next episodes.